Hey dude, so here is a lower body, glute, lower back, hip flexor routine you can do before workout to prep yourself, maybe in the mornings as well, maybe in the evenings, whenever you feel a bit stiff and it's starting to bug you a little bit. So I would say at least do it 3 times a week, all right? So we've done this one before, but we've got the glute foam rolling movement. So we're gonna kind of roll forward and back over that glute that we have basically. Make sure you do both sides, about 30 seconds each. Where you find it sore the most, you want to stop to like small centimeter rolls forward and back. That's going to be the best for you basically, right? So just where you find it most tender, you can move your body around, right, in different positions to kind of find where that issue is, but 30 seconds one side and then 30 seconds the other side, right? So start big rolls, then move into a smaller kind of like more targeted area, all right? If you don't have a foam roller, you can also use a tennis ball or a golf ball. That's going to be even more painful. I have a Accu mobility ball here, all right? And this is like just basically targeting the spot. I can't move it, but I can sink into it. So deep breaths into that position, let your body sink into it, all right? That's going to be like quite effective for you. So if you've got like a tennis ball or a golf ball, don't roll over it, use a foam roller to roll over it, but that, where you find the trigger point, you can kind of like relax into that position, all right? From that, we can then go into our lower back, basically here. So don't roll again, but this time we're gonna put it on the lower back and let our body just arch over it. And then we can like crunch up with our hips and then let our body just roll over that position again and let ourselves just fall over that foam roller, and you'll feel maybe your lower back start to like decompress. So from here, it'll be quite a nice stretch. So imagine like a piece of paper, right, or a tissue. If you've laid it on here, it kind of like fold over. That's kind of what we're aiming to do with our lower back. Again, 30 seconds would be great. From that, we can then move into that hip flexor stretch that we done the other day. So in this position, trying to get our knee as close to that as we can, staying upright, squeezing that hip, seizing the glute to get a stretch in our hip flexor. And then if we can rotate to get a deeper stretch, more down the thigh in that position. All right, your knee doesn't want to be out, all right? Make sure your knee is tucked underneath, and you're trying to get that heel to that bum as tight as you can by staying upright, okay? And then breathe in, rotate. Breathe in, rotate. So about 5 per side would be good. 5 deep breaths and rotations. Again, both sides. From that, we can then bring this bench a little bit closer. We can raise up if we need to, but the shin remains nice and straight, okay? We don't want to be here with a knee bent. We want to be ankle and knee in a nice straight line. Holding on and letting the lower body sink. Obviously with it raised up, I can't get as deep in this position. But my chest stays tall, I'm not hunched over. I'm allowing that body to come down. I'm getting a stretch on that position there, okay? What I can do is drive that knee into the bench to raise my hips, lower myself down again, and then drive that knee into the bench, come up. So I'm not pushing off my right leg, I'm pushing off my left knee to drive into the bench. I'm gonna get a little bit of pressure, and a little bit of tension and focus in my left glute there. Again, 30 seconds per side would be really, really good. From that, you can obviously combine the both like we did previously, having your leg on the bench and obviously having one for elevated there would be a really good stretch as well. And then, from that, if you have a black band, we are gonna put this around our knees, okay? Oh, you can pick these up for a couple of quid on Amazon, they're quite good. We'll go around our knees, keeping our knees narrow, your feet narrow, knees apart. We're into hip thrusts. Keeping the knees in that tension. So you can go to 15 to 20 reps basically in this one. Like so. making sure as we do the hip thrust, we're not looking to like lift with our lower back. I'm almost peeling my bum off the floor first, then my mid back, then my upper back. All right, so I'm like peeling up, getting a squeeze, back down again. For 15 or so reps. You can then repeat that again, that circuit. So we're like mobilizing and then stabilizing and then strengthening and getting blood flow into that muscle. And one stretch I haven't done as well was a nice one that we've done previously, is staying tall and rotating into the hip. First, keep my chest nice and tall, and then mid shin, and then keep my chest tall into the ankle. Oh, you see how I'm a little bit tight. So knee first, keeping the spine straight, mid shin second, and then ankle third. And from that position, I'm looking to keep a 90 degree movement, all right? What we can do to make it even harder in this position, okay, I can think about lifting this back ankle off the floor. So let's move this bench out of the way. So I'm in this 90-90 position. To get a little bit of like work in that tricky hip of yours, keeping my chest tall, hands down, I can look to rotate this back ankle off the floor, okay? There's a small muscle, TFL muscle, which you're gonna find probably lights up a little bit and starts to cramp up. It's gonna be a really, really good stretch for you. So up. Okay. And 15 or so of them as well to finish off the movement, all right? The other exercises I kind of like recommend you to do, hit them 3-4 times a week if you can. It doesn't take long, 5 minutes or so, maybe when you wake up in the morning, or as a routine before you go to bed, or when you get to the gym, doing 5 or 10 minutes basically with that. In the gym it might look a little bit weird doing hip thrusts with a band in the gym, not too sure, but that's kind of like quite a good series of exercises. Just make sure in the 90-90 position we're kind of like square on, not like hunched over facing this way. So drive his hip forward, get a stretch here, squeeze the glute, and then from there I'm drawing over. Any questions, give me a shout.